Be part 2 of my PETRUS METHOD tutorial. Sorry for not putting this in a while. This is also gonna be a new test of my new setup. That's cool. So let's get right into the tutorial. So we were left with step 3, we did step 3, and we did the 2x2 block of step 4. So now we have to go through the last pair. So the goal of this step, second part, sub-step I guess, is to position the last 2 pieces into a slot. And the way you do that is you set up to certain 3 movers. Okay, there's fundamentally 3 moves. It's 4, 2 excluding mirrors, only 1 actually, if you also exclude inverses. So this is the first case. Whenever you have 2 different colors, I guess I should have started with the other one. Oh yeah, if you have 2 different colors here, none of them is the bottom color, and you can see that doing a move will bring this to paired up nicely. Then you have to do R prime, and of course you can do it from the back as well. So these 2 can be joined, R prime, U prime, R. The next case is this one. So in this case you have the pair already paired up nicely, yeah, and you have to insert that in the slot and do R prime, R prime, and of course you can do it from the back, R prime, U R. And okay, so let's see a few cases of setting up to these 2. Okay, this is okay, I'm gonna explain this intuitively, okay? I'm not gonna teach you any particular algs because it's gonna be tense probably. You should figure that out on your own, but that's basically all PETRUS method, figuring things out on your own. Now, if you know CFOP, then this is basically CFOP, except that you can't use F moves. That's the only difference. Alright, so to join these 2, you have the second color at top, and the white is not here. Of course, it's not over there. So what you do is so if this corner stayed fixed, what I like to do is to bring this edge right over here, okay? Because then the 2 colors don't match. But of course, I'll move this corner. So what I do is I hide this corner. Now I can move the U layer freely without affecting this corner. That's cool. So I can do U, and I'll bring it back. Of course, look at that pair. And I can insert that easily. Of course, you can also do with this case. So this case when 2 are matched, but only using right and top moves, you kind of, I mean, that's the only way where you can actually move one to right to the other using right moves. That's also incorrect, and destroys this block here. So what you do here is, again, you hide the corner. You hide the corner, bring the edge over. And I wanted to bring, of course, here, because here is where I can match it. And of course, you can also hide the edge as well. Okay. Oh, cool. Oh, skip. Sorry, I had to. Here is when hiding the edge is important, I guess. So in this case, you have the bottom color on top, and you have this edge basically on top layer, So basically what you do here is you join this, okay, you hide the edge, you bring the corner over. Oh, look at that. And now you can just insert it. Okay, whatever. Hide to again. Okay, so this were all the cases basically where both of the pieces were the top layer and they were separated. Now these are joined, but they're joined badly. So when they're joined, there are 2 possible cases. So either you can separate by bringing a corner. Okay, this is the other case. Okay, in this case you do R prime, R prime. Okay, this brings it here. So let's keep those 2 on the top layer. So if you have this, you do R to R prime. You have these 2. Of course, you don't need to know an alg. Here, actually, for this specific case, there is a solution that's really fast. That's R prime, U2. Okay, it brings this out of the way, but it's not important because right now, because I can just join these 2, and it cancels. Okay, but if you're a beginner, I'll recommend you stick with the method I told you before, okay? Yeah. And let's see other ones. This is the second case of separating the pieces in a pair. Of course, there's a lot more cases, but I guess these are the fundamental ones. Or like examples, not really. Okay, so you have this pair. Now you can't do you can still do that though. Okay. But in this case, it's cool to separate this, like high in the corner, separating them, rather than high in the edge. It brings the corner still on top, of course. Okay. So this case, just go to that, because then you can just use the 3-move insert. It's quicker. Now, of course, if you have a case like this, where the corner and the edge are both here in the slot, you just separate them. Okay, you just do RU prime, which separates them. Or you can do RU R prime, but then you have to separate those. And then you have a case. Okay, of course. Other cases are like, oh, I like this one. And the corner is on the bottom. So in this case, you just bring them up, bring the corner up. Okay, and this here in this particular case, just better to this pair, but it'll not always be paired up nicely like that. Let's show another case. So this is another case. In this case, you cannot just pair them nicely. So I will just bring the corner here, and of course I want both be here. In this case, I set them up so that I can join these two. Have the simple 3-mover. Okay. Of course, it can take more steps to solve a particular obstacle case if you're a beginner. I'm pretty advanced, I guess. I don't use Petrus, but as I say, this is the same as C-pop. And of course, the edge can be here. So if the edge is here, okay, you can memorize the case, or you can just throw the edge randomly and see what happens. So basically, if you have this corner here, you can do RU prime R prime. Okay, so you pair them up already. And of course, if you have it like that, so either you can the edge jointed, you can also switch there, but it's pretty advanced. So I won't explain why, because it's pretty advanced. So I'll just set this up like that and insert that. Okay, and there's also a different case. It's worth to know. This is triple sexy. If you don't know what sexy move is RU R prime U prime. So in this case, you just do RU R prime U prime 3 times. Or an alternative, you can do inverse sexy move 3 times, which I like better. Locked up. Okay, whatever. Now, now we'll talk about the last layer. I'm not gonna go into much of detail. I'm just gonna tell one of those methods. I'm gonna give an overview of the methods. So a few of the methods are, so there is the method so let's talk about one step method, of course, is ZBLL, but that's too many algs for everyone, which is not crazy. Who is not crazy though? So other methods include OLL, exactly OCLL, which means orienting the top layer, so making all the yellows be here, and I'm permuting everything, which is fine. Or you can do COLL, which puts the corners in place, not only orient them, not only twist them, but also puts them in place. And then you have to EPL for algs. I don't know. I think the first is less algs. I'm not completely sure though. There is a lot of others like LLEF and much more. Many more. But here I'm going to tell you a basic method. So this basic method is just beginner's method for the last day. Of course, you can use that as well. I'm gonna tell you OCLL and to look at PLL. So no, actually, we're going to put the corners first, because putting the corners first is actually easier. So the way this works is like this. So you wanna turn the U layer until only one corner is in place, and then you're gonna do a cycle. So In this case, they're counterclockwise. So if they're counterclockwise, you do Niklas. If you don't know what Niklas is, R, U prime, L prime, U, R prime, U prime, L. And of course, U prime at the end. And that can be the inverse Niklas. In this case, they're clockwise rather than counterclockwise. So in this case, you do U prime, L prime, U, R, U prime, L, U, R prime. I think I say that incorrectly. U prime, L prime, U, R, U, U prime, L, whatever. I'll just put the algs in the description. And there's a final case where both are diagonal, so you can either do Niklas or AntiNiklas until it's solved. Randomly, and then you have one of the previous two cases. Or you can just learn a different alg, which is really easy actually. You can just to put the corners in place. I forgot to mention that they don't need to be twisted. Okay, they only need to be put in place. You can do F, triple sexy, F prime. Okay, next step is to orient the corners. And there are 7 cases. You should be able to, actually it should be 2 gen, okay? You should not use the OLLs if you know them. If you know OLLs, then just use your OLLs and just learn A perms or T perm, or whatever. But, there are a few different cases, so, let me show you. So in this case, this is called Sune. So you have basically this kind of square. You have this string, and this is on the right. So if this is on the right, you do Sune, which is R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. Now, if they are on the left rather than on the right, you do the inverse of Sune. In this case, you no longer start from here, start from here. You do R, U2, R prime, U prime, R, U prime, R prime. Okay. Next case is, so if there are no oriented corners, then you look at the spot where you can see no yellow stickers in front, and you do Sune from there. And look at that, Sune! If you have 2 oriented corners, then you look at the spot where the corner is on the left, like this, and you Sune from there. And look at that, an Antisune. Okay, now the final step is called EPLL. Okay, basically edges permutation lastly. Okay, permutes the edges basically. So, 2 algs can be explained intuitively. Others, I think, I may be teaching H and Z perm. I don't know. So this is the first alg. Second one counterclockwise. So you can also look up other algs. This is called counterclockwise U perm or UA perm. Okay, UA, U, capital U, in the lowercase a, because it's 2 U perms. So if you have like this, counterclockwise, you can do F2. Okay, and also if they're clockwise, it's called UB. You can kind of use the same logic as this. So you do F2, then you bring the sticker, as well as, of course, I forgot to mention, the face back here needs to be solved. And you bring the sticker that has green on it right next to the center. I do M prime U2 M U prime F2. And of course, you can do that with the clockwise case. Of course, then you have solved Rubik's Cube. Okay, so in this case, you have to U. And then you put them back. The last 2 moves are kind of intuitive. Okay, then there are H, the other permutation. So if they have this, don't try to do F2, U2. I know I tried to teach the people, and they were trying to do that. Don't you? Because the face back here isn't solved. In this case, you can either do one of the U perms and then whatever you have, or you can do this. M2U prime, M2U2, M2U prime, M2. And of course the Z perm. So this is so that was H perm, this is Z perm, this is M2U prime, M2U prime, M prime U2, M2U2, M prime U2. Of course the algs are in the description. So yeah, so this is all. So thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the 2-part video. So if you want to like, give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe. I don't know how to end this video, sorry.